Welcome back to Bandwagon Blue Shirts. Two Bandwagon Blue Shirt fans here. Myself, Jimmy, Jake, Joe's. He'll be with us later, maybe 10 minutes on the clock. Jake, they heard what we said. They heard what we said last episode. We said it was a boring game. And they said, fine, we'll give you one game that has all the excitement of two games to make up for it. Now, this was playoff hockey.
4 words: Barclay Goodrow. Awesome game. It was good to see that the Rangers weren't going to allow themselves to get bored to death by Panthers hockey. They were the aggressors for most of overtime. There was a little bit there in the third where it's like, wait, are they going to snooze them to death? But the Rangers responded. Igor responded. And I think one of the tricks to this series going forward might be getting these games to overtime, because the guy who's going to be the sleepiest on the ice, Bobrovsky.
Yeah. He's going to be the sleepiest. The Rangers outshot him, outhit him, won more faceoffs, had more power play opportunities. They blocked more shots. They had more takeaways. They had a lot more giveaways, which is still a problem with the Rangers. That's really frustrating. They just give the puck away all the time. And I'm very proud of myself as a coach, as a NHL playoff coach. My speech rang true. I said, guys, give me 30 shots. You give me 30 shots on net, I guarantee you win the game. Well, they won the game on their 31st shot of the night by Barclay Goodrow.
I mean, I'm glad you didn't clarify regulation, because that could have hurt us. And John Birdie,
no good coach would.
John Birdie on the Yankees just got hurt, so T's and P's with him right now. But
what happened to him?
Yeah, I'm not too worried about the turnovers, because that's the Panthers' forecheck a little bit. They're going to force that, and if you're the Rangers, as long as you know that going in, you can be reactionary. Like, you kind of have to be living knowing that that's what they're playing for. But I loved it, man. I mean, I feel like the Garden brought it tonight. Igor brought it tonight. And up and down the lineup, which when you're playing overtime games, you kind of need everyone. The Rangers were there. Everyone answered the bell.
Speaking of answering the bell, Joe's McFly joins us 3 minutes into the program here to give us all his thoughts about the Rangers. You watched the game?
Oh yeah, I definitely watched the game.
Okay.
For sure watched the game. That's what I call playoff hockey. There are people in the comments saying, "Oh, Joe's, you don't know. I mean, you probably be bored with a 1-on-1 game. How could you be bored with that game, idiot?" Listen, I'm telling you right now, that was Igor against Broflovus, and they were going up against each other. It's like they were shooting against each other the whole night.
They were going up against each other. It was like they were shooting up against each other the whole night.
Yes. The whole night.
That's some spoken word poetry. All right, we already congratulated my coaching. Jake made a really good point about how Bor would be the most bored.
I agree with Jake.
You agree with Jake? That's
yeah.
Huge. The biggest difference maker in this game that we haven't discussed yet, Joe's, is Rempe. His most time on the ice in all of the playoffs, I believe. I think he had over 10 minutes. There was a period in the second where when it was crazy in the second, like that 3-minute stretch, that was insane. I think they had 5 shots on goal. Rempe had like back-to-back shifts. He got a shift late in the third. They asked him about that, and he said, Jiminy Crickets.
I like Rempe, and I like his energy on the floor. I like how big he is on the floor, and, I feel like it just forces the other team to want to play muck it up. And the Rangers are good when they muck it up.
Even like they knocked Rempe on his ass. He got laid out. Well, look at how much energy they were putting in to knocking Rempe down, who doesn't even score goals.
That was I had a moment of panic, because they're in that stretch you're talking about. Rempe went down twice, and it was kind of like, oh. okay, like, did the Panthers have a Rempe neutralizing system? But like you're saying, they had to focus their efforts into out Remping Rempe, which actually allowed the Rangers to play some of the pretty hockey they like to play. And that was kind of the beauty of this game. It was ugly defensive playoff hockey for most of it with good goalkeeping, but those spurts, those action spurts, were electric. Florida's just bad.
Yeah. Rempe's kind of like a tornado magnet, just going around, sucking people into his vortex. And on the outskirts, the Rangers just get to play how they want to play. I agree, Joes. I agree with you on the tornado vortex that you said.
Yeah. Wait, you said Florida's, but I actually think that they're the best team that the Rangers have played in this playoff, and
Easily.
they're making them. You know, they're forcing the Rangers to be like, you know what, we got a game. Rangers couldn't go down. The
Yeah.
Rangers could not go down 2-0
Can't.
to these guys. And you know what? I'll give Florida this little bit of credit. They were up 1-0, and they were still as hungry as if they were down 0-1, but the Rangers were hungrier. So it's a battle to the buffet.
Florida Panthers logo is bad.
It's a panther from Florida.
Picture of a giant cat.
Joe's, who's your favorite player on the Panthers?
Oh, easily, it's got to be, in my opinion, it's Brovlowski, because he's been a great goalie, and he's been awesome in net. And I feel like he makes Igor like look across like and just think like, you know what? I gotta up my game even more because that guy's over there. So I bet you Igor's not watching the end of the game like that though.
Trocheck had a good game. You know who I'm gonna call out in our segment that we always
Yes.
do?
I've been dying for this segment. This is my favorite
Zibby.
segment.
Zibby has been.
Yo!
I mean, is it a three-way? Is it three-way calling?
Yes. Those turnovers, bro. Take over. Can you take care of the puck a little bit, bro?
Can
I
we
need that.
shoot?
Huh?
Just shoot.
He likes to pass, man.
But he's just turning it over.
I know.
Zibby,
These
and
guys play
you know
like
what?
the passing lanes really
The
well.
last time we called him out and we did the call out segment, everyone we called out had career games and they won. So
And we all call out the
well
same
for Zibby,
a
but
hat trick.
he needs to find a crisp play on 5-on-5 hockey and like get it going because it's been Bummerosa branch.
Normally, I thought Zibby was going to score the overtime goal. And it was just, tonight was a weird one because normally, if you're watching a hockey game, you might not see Zibby. But if you're watching Zibby, you'll see a hockey game.
Hockey game, yep.
Normally.
Okay.
It's the same we've always had our whole lives, Jake.
I agree with Joe's that he agrees with you.
Next
I agree
game
with Jimmy that he agrees with.
Next game will be the Zibby game. And I don't know. I've got Rangers in 5 after what I saw today.
That's what I told you guys last ep.
Why not 4?
It's a sweep from here on out.
Why not 4? Series just started tonight. Mm-hmm. Nice try, Jake. I see your TV moving in the background, Jake. You need to
Jake, your TV.
I thought he was talking to Jim.
Your TV blew it. Yo, Birdie's out. That's not good.
Yeah.
Like hurt.
Yeah.
DJ back.
Yeah. What do you think I didn't see any replays. You think it was like leg or something? 10 seconds left in the show, Joe, if you want to get your last Rangers thought out.
Rangers win game 3 because it's game 2. That was Yeah.